All right, let's take a closer look at the Excel workbook and really what makes up the Excel workbook interface. Now, I mentioned that the Excel workbook or the workbook type is your main Excel file. That's what you're going to be working in. Now, it's actually got several different pieces of it. Here, I'm looking at the Excel workbook, but I've got what's called a worksheet. Currently, I have a worksheet called Sheet 1. There's a little plus sign right next door to that. You can add additional sheets to the workbook itself. Remember, the Excel workbook is the main Excel file, and within there, you can have multiple worksheets. All right? Currently got one. You can actually have several. They used to limit it to 255 worksheets inside of a single Excel workbook. But as of the latest versions of Excel, it's actually based on the memory of your computer. And so you can continue to add worksheets to this, but you're going to get to a point where things are going to start to slow down on you. So 255 is still a pretty good number to not restrict your computer too much, but it is open beyond that as well. And then take a look. I'll hit the little plus sign, and this will add an additional sheet. They are exactly the same currently. They're just blank worksheets within my blank workbook. Let's go back to Sheet 1. Now, within the sheet, we've got this grid, right? And this is just kind of the basics of the structure of an Excel workbook. You've got this grid. This grid is made up of columns, got all your headers there along the top, and rows down the side there. All right. So currently, looking at Sheet 1, I am currently inside of a cell, this block right here, called A1. If I click someplace else, here I am. I'm inside a G column, row 11. I currently have cell G11 selected. All right. We can also see this up inside the name box, top of your screen, top left corner of your screen. I click into a cell someplace inside this worksheet, and it'll tell me where I'm currently at, what I can reference that location as. Okay. So this is really your workbook. You got the Excel workbook. It's broken up like a grid. You're going to keep your data inside of columns and rows. You can reference that data by the column header and row header. In this case, F4 is where I'm currently at. And you can have multiple sheets inside of a workbook. Remember, 255 is a pretty good number. That's a lot of worksheets, but you can have loads. Maybe you're going to do a worksheet for each week of the year, or maybe monthly data, and I need a worksheet for each month. Or maybe I got daily reports. So I need 365 of those things to keep track of my daily data. Okay? Whatever it is, I can keep hitting the plus sign to add additional worksheets to the Excel workbook itself. So take a moment. Just make it quick. Jump into there. Get the Excel workbook open in front of you. Take a look at the columns, the rows. Take a look at the sheets, how you can add additional ones. Hit the little plus sign if you'd like to. In much earlier editions of Excel, you may not have the plus sign. You may have what looks like kind of a little star, a little sun icon, but that's just your new button right there. So just an FYI, if your interface is a little bit different, may not be a plus sign, might be a little different icon there. All right, so that's your Excel interface. Now, if you have any questions, this was just kind of high level, but any questions, go to the Q&A section and ask your questions there. I make it a point to answer every question that comes in within my courses here on Udemy. So, all right. Take a look at that, and then we'll jump in and start to get a bit deeper into Excel.